Greetings out there in YouTube land. This is Morris Man, and as always, I thank you guys for coming to my channel. I'm going to entitle this video, Stop Giving Away Your Sensitive Information to Just Anybody in Any Company. I told you I had an issue with PayPal because I haven't sold on PayPal, or should I say eBay. I haven't sold anything on eBay in years. Now, I'm always buying stuff. It's a great site to find things to buy. So I decided I was going to try to sell a module there that I couldn't sell here. So I got a notification said paid, ship out item. So I'm like, because I'm like, normally I get an email from PayPal saying that you got money. And then I go to the PayPal account and I see the money that came in. I didn't see nothing. So I'm like, what's going on here? So I'm gonna try to make this story short because this video is not about so much this story, it's about other stories, but this story ties in. So long story short, eBay had intercepted the money and they were asking me for a routing number. Check my checking routing. I'm like, why you need that? We're going through PayPal, and that's the reason why I selected PayPal for this form of payment, to keep that separate from this. I don't want nobody in my shit. I don't want nobody having my checking routing number that shouldn't have it, you know. And like I said, we supposedly went through PayPal, so I'm like, why do you think I'm gonna give you this information? And the guy that had bought the item had lived in the UK, and I clearly stated can't ship outside the United States. So I guess PayPal has this program where they ship stuff overseas for overseas buyers. And I don't suggest anybody from overseas utilizing that service, because you have a hard time getting your money back when the item cannot be shipped. You know, I guess that guy finally got his money back because I never technically had his money. eBay intercepted it, and then they were pressuring me for a check and router number to get paid. I'm like, through PayPal, I was going to get paid. So why did you intercept this and now forcing me, or trying to force me, to give up information that I'm not giving you? You know, I remember many years ago, and this was kind of before debit cards and really the internet, or not on a big scale. The internet was just, you know, in its infant stage. And I would go to CVS pharmacy was notorious for this. At that time, I've always paid with cash because I'm like, this is like a $20 transaction. I'm not charging it or writing out checks. So you get to the counter and you give them your money and they ask for your phone number. I'm like, I'm from out of town, because I'm like, why do you need that? And you don't need that. You know, here's my $20 and we're done with this transaction. And I already kind of knew what they did with that kind of information. They sell it. Because I had a lady that worked at one of the locations and she told me, she said, yeah, they sell it. I'm like, I know. That's why I wasn't giving it. You know, you have no idea how much companies make off of the information that you just so casually give them. And then the sad part is it ended up in the wrong hands. You know, that's the reason why I don't give them my phone number. I'm like, here's my $20. We're done. Have a good day. You'll see me the next time with another $20. So you don't need my phone number. So, again, that's the purpose of this video, is to talk about stop giving sensitive information. I got a friend, she's a very talented singer. Matter of fact, she sang on a couple of demos I've done, and actually she's in one of my first short films. Shout out to Renee. And I went onto her Facebook page. And when you go, and I don't know if it's still set up like that, but I'm sure it probably is. When you go into information of that person's page, I think a lot of people don't realize this. I said, did you know that your full legal name is up there? Your phone number is up there, and your address is up there. She said, I didn't know that. I said, yeah, because you gave it to him. There's no reason for me to give Facebook nothing. You know, today, technically, it was my Facebook birthday. I got a lot of birthday congratulations, you know, or wishes. And that's not my birthday. Today was not my birthday. And I did that because I'm like, there's really no reason for me to give you that information, that sensitive information. And this new thing, and I think the young folks are really guilty of this, not so much the old timers like myself. These new popping up out of nowhere cash apps. You know, one of them is called Zelle. And I was looking at a video, actually it was on YouTube, and they were saying how you might want to think twice about giving them that information and setting up a Cash App for yourself. Because here is one of the problems. When you send somebody money, because I tell you guys, when you sending me some, my PayPal information is right down there. Just cut and paste it. You know, that's something that I learned many years ago in corporate America. Cut and paste instead of trying to retype it, especially if you ain't a typist. Because if you off by as much as one character, as far as trying to send somebody money, especially through Zelle, it goes to somebody else. It doesn't go to the person that you was trying to send it to. And in most cases, guess what? You don't get your money back. You know, the people that you send it to accidentally ain't giving your money back because they don't have to. So therefore, most of them don't. I say 99% of them don't. And there's one honest guy say, hey, I didn't supposed to get this, so he cancels it. But Zelle and all these overnight pop-up Cash App applications or whatever, they haven't been established yet. You know, there are a lot of things that they don't do as like a veteran PayPal does. You know, you can contact PayPal and talk to a live person and all those Cash App things. Good luck with that. You know, but I'm just stressing, please do not give just anybody your sensitive information, especially when they don't need it. Because I guess on Facebook, and I kind of forget since it's been a long time since I signed up, that they asked me for all that information. I gave them none of that. You don't get my legal name. You don't get my address. You definitely don't get my phone number. Because again, anybody can view that information and they can use it to your disadvantage. You know, so stop being so forthcoming because they ask for it. That don't mean you got to give it to them. Because like I said, when I used to go to CVS and they asked for my number, I'm like, I don't have no number. I just got my $20 to give you and we're done here. You know, and like I said, with PayPal trying to force me to give them my checking router number. And I'm like, first of all, again, there's no reason for you to have that. You know, this transaction is supposed to be set up through PayPal. Second, I don't want you to have it. You know, I don't want you to have that. You don't want everybody having that kind of information. You know, because again, it won't be to your advantage if you just give it to anybody. And then these companies are bogus. Because I seen a product on eBay. Not eBay. I seen a product on YouTube. I'm like, okay, let me check it out. So I went in, put in my credit card information, and they kicked it out. I was done. I called customer service and I talked to a lady. She said, give me your number and I have the salespeople call you. And I'm like, why is it set up where it kicks my credit card information out? And then I found that they were overseas and I just shut it down because I'm like, the laws that we have in this country do not apply to the laws in another country. Meaning that since they're overseas, it's a different jurisdiction. So the police here can't really do too much about what they do over there. I mean, if it's something that's serious, they can contact the authorities in another country. But the jurisdiction and the rules and laws are different. And they know that. That's why they try to contact you there and try to get your money from here. And once they get your money, ain't too much that they can do or you can do about it, depending on the method of payment you send. Whether it's a credit card or PayPal, they will attempt to. But in some cases, they can't. And I'm going to say this and sign off. I had seen somebody on YouTube and they were selling some type of information. And I paid them. And all they gave me was a link to go somewhere for free. I'm like, dude, I could have done that myself. And the mistake I made, because I didn't know, was I was interacting with this guy through email. So he sent, and it was the first time I ever seen that, he had sent a request for payment through PayPal through the email. And I'm like, that's kind of different. Instead of me just going straight to PayPal and paying this guy. So then the information they gave me was bogus anyway. So I contacted PayPal and said, hey, I didn't get what I paid for. And then the lady checked it. She said, did you pay personally or did you pay business-wise? Because there are two different ones, and this is important. I said, I guess I paid personal. She said, don't ever pay personal. Go through business, goods and services, because with personal, it's like kind of like friends and family that you're sending the money. And there's no refund on it. You don't get your money back. But since she realized I didn't know that at that time, she refunded my money. But she said, never go through personal. Don't for a business transaction. You only go through personal when it's your family member that needs money or a friend, and you send them that. So I learned something that day. I'm like, okay. And that guy knew that. That's why he sent it personal, because I'm like, this ain't personal, this is business. And he sent it personal and got my money. And again, the service that he provided was bogus. So that was the scam he was running. And I'm very thankful to PayPal that they recognized that and refunded my money. And that's why you go through tried and tested companies and institutions like PayPal and still a Zelle and all these other fly-by-night cash apps, because they don't have that kind of support. When something goes wrong and you send your money accidentally, and even if it is your fault, you deserve to get your money refunded so you can send it to the proper people. But it's really important that when you do send money, make sure that your information is there and everything is there. Because I'm going to share this story with you, then I'm going to sign off. I had a guy a couple of months ago send me an email after he had supposedly sent me payment within 5 hours. And it's like, and it was about, I think it was it to tab a song or to get some bundles? One of them. No, it was the tab a song. No, it was part of the bundle. And I said, man, I said to myself, so it's kind of interesting. You just sent this 4 hours ago, supposedly, and you already inquiring about when is it going out? So I checked my PayPal, said, sir, I don't have your money. I sent the money. And he wasn't heated at me. It wasn't a hostile exchange. He was just kind of alarmed. I said, sir, there's no indication here or nothing that states that you sent me money. What email did you send it to? And he said, Morris Man Smith. I said, no. 100% of the videos that I post when you guys are sending me money, I clearly state in the video, and I should tell about the information down there. And I said several times throughout the video, MorrisMan64@hotmail.com. It's right down there. Just cut and paste it if you can't type. And then put it into the PayPal thing. But he didn't pay attention. He sent it to Morris Man Smith, whoever that guy is. And I guess he got his money back. But the moral of that story is, please be aware. Pay attention to what you're doing, especially when it comes to business. Make sure that everything is right. And then the funny part about that was, he took me through a lot that day. I'm like, dude, I don't have your money. I'm like, who did you send it to? I sent it. He showed me, the screen save of the payment he sent. I said, Morris, that's Morris Man Smith, sir. I'm Morris Man. And I cleared again, state in all of the videos that I'm selling stuff. There's my PayPal. Cut and paste it if you have to. And we went through all that for $12. All that for $12, Now, I know everybody's money is everybody's money, whether it's $1,200 or $12, but it's like, just pay attention, Double check it, triple check it, quadruple check it, just to make sure that it's correct. Because if it's not, you're going to have some issues, So until next time, take care and thanks for watching.